G'day guys, welcome to GJBricks. I'm Greg. I'm going to do this video a bit differently and the shaky hold camera thing. I won't do that again, don't worry. I've been asked about city. So I'm going to do, I can't remember what I did in my last video because it's been so long since I did a city video. I've been very focused on doing mocks and other things I'll talk about in another video in one of my podcasts. What I'm going to do is give you a quick tour of what the city currently looks like. I actually haven't done much tidying to show you what I'm about to show you, and you'll see why I've struggled a bit to actually make some progress in some areas. I will say, as I go through, what my sort of plan is in terms of the city. Basically, I'm going to try and take a leaf out of some of the other great Lego YouTube channels out there, like GJBricks is a very shining example of someone who has a beautiful city, great approach to it. I'm going to try and stop trying to do everything big. I need to stop doing big. If you watched my Sanctum Sanctorum mock, there it is, that one. You'll understand why I say that, because I have a habit of building very large things all the time and I need to do small things. So, without further ado, let's just start with the water area. This crude cut there, didn't even cut the camera out there, I've just gone straight to it. That is meant to be the harbour. Can you see? There is some water under here, look, see there's some blue plates. And there is a lighthouse there, which is another shining example of my large building philosophy. I'll do a video about that one soon. I did that one probably months ago now. I still haven't done a video on it, so that will happen soon. But yeah, this has changed very slightly in what I want to do. First of all, I'm going to dismantle that set and part it out because I got it cheap and I wanted it. My Monkey Kid one, I think I'm going to put that one back into bags out of the way because I don't really have space for it. I don't have anywhere to display it, so that's going to go. Fishing shack actually goes with this one, which I'll show you in the video. This has to be demolished. My space sensor is now gone. Kaputski, no more. Reason being, don't have space for it. I've admitted defeat. I can't fit a space base in at the moment. Doesn't mean I won't try in the future, but at the moment I've got other things to worry about. That's going. I've decided I can't run all my trains at once, so I'm going to put something up somewhere, probably like I've got with my minifigures on my door here. I love that. Look at that. How cool is that? Those are from IKEA if anyone's interested. They're like little Donkey Kong style shelves. Yeah, I'm going to put some shelves somewhere so I don't have to run all of my trains at once. I can put some out of the way, which means I can then work on my train mocks that I want to do because I don't have space to run all the trains. Statue of Liberty. I don't know if I'm going to use that Statue of Liberty or the little Statue of Liberty. I do want to do a Statue of Liberty in the harbour. I've said this before. I think doing it with this one would be so much fun. So I'm considering using this one and putting that one on display. Although I do love the big one, I've got to say, it is rather cool. Ninjago City. I always wanted Ninjago City next to the bridge so I could do something under it. And I still stand by that idea. I'm just not sure how it's going to work at the moment. I think that's going to work. The problem I've got is on that side, because I've got Ninjago City, the other one, whose name's just completely slipped my mind. That's a shocker. Which would look really cool on that side, which leaves me a problem with the Ninjago City docks, which I can probably put somewhere else, thinking about it. So I think that would be pretty cool if I have that somehow connected through the bridge, under the bridge, because I always wanted to sort of build a little market shanty town type thing under the bridge there. Thought that would be very cool, kind of Ninjago-y, Asian-y, you know, that kind of scene. And then the other Ninjago City set there. Move the dock somewhere, don't know where that's going to go. Got the shrimp shack here, which originally was going to sit on the edge here, but there's no room there. We'll talk about that in a minute. One thing I am considering is, if you look at the trains over here, so this is still going to be Ninjago. I was going to cut some wood tonight, but I got doing some other stuff instead. So that's still planning to be Ninjago stepped up there. And this is still going to be a theme park. There is actually more space than it looks like here. I'm actually struggling with the wheel about which way to put it at the moment because it's so big. Obviously, Temple of Air Jitsu is going here. I've got the Monkey Kid mountain set. I got it because it was on massive discount of like 40 odd %. Yeah, I know. Yeah, quite happy with that one. And I thought it would actually be a perfect sort of thing to use to build up that kind of mountain I wanted to build underneath there. There's some great techniques in that set that I think would lend themselves very well to building up the Temple of Air Jitsu to this kind of mountaintop temple. I really wanted to do that with a couple of little sort of shacks on the way up. Nothing sort of, I mean, it's going to be bigger than I'm thinking in my head, but I didn't want to do anything massive. I just wanted to do a kind of mountain trail up to this temple, a bit of a waterfall coming down, some buildings, like using the side buildings rather than next to it, but sort of slightly below it, that kind of thing. So that's what's going to happen here. Theme park, I've got to lay it out a bit better properly, which will happen when I remove all of that Ninjago stuff that's sitting at the back there. I've got that, I've got some other little sort of rides I've built, like this one here, my little train go round thing. I still love that, it's so cute. I've got my roller coaster here, which had a lot of progress on it. It's still not finished, obviously. It's one of those things that's going to take me quite a while to do, because I need to get lots of bricks. I still want to sort of landscape it all, but I'm not too bothered about that at the moment. I really just want to get it feeling like there's a flow. So I'm going to do minimal work, and this is one of my new philosophies, to actually give it some cohesion and make it feel like it's there, ready to actually evolve to the next level. That's what I'm missing. So putting in things like a little pathway here and an entrance and figuring out how it all connects together and adding in, I've got lots of little details I can put in here. I've got the minifigure theme park set, whatever it's called, that goes with it, that kind of thing. That's what I want to do. Under here I have my train sidings, and I've made a big decision. I'm going to lose one of these sidings here. There's too much going on there. I'm trying to shoot too much in there. The sidings aren't actually long enough because I've shoehorned so much in there. And this fits again with the philosophy of reducing the amount of what's in here. So I'm going to lose that one there. And the idea was, got my 4x4 truck to test. I built that a couple of weeks ago and I still haven't put batteries in to test it. I've actually got some more legs and a piece of wood to put there, possibly. Haven't decided yet. But what I was actually thinking was that would actually be the perfect spot for a harbour. So trains loading, cargo yard, harbour. And I've got my big old harbour sets under there. I can't get to it at the moment. That would be a perfect starting point for doing that. So I'm thinking about that one. Gantry crane here. I've got to put lights under here to make it not feel like it's so dark. But I think that's the strategy I'm going to go with there, is to convert that down into the 3 sidings. Give me more room here so I can do things like playing with my cargo containers, like having that whole cargo yard working there. That way I can get the trains in and out much easier. That's what that's going to do. I'm going to go around this way, I think. Over there, that's still the residential area. I started tidying up. Again, I'm going to put a couple of little layers in there. I'm not going for... I want to sort of go for like a slightly raised approach, but not like big levels like this, just little levels. I do think the school needs to sit on a hilltop at the back though. I do think it would be quite a cool kind of haunted school with like I've got the cemetery there, so using the cemetery and the school together as like a feature in that corner there or something like that. I don't quite know where it's going to go, but I just want to kind of, I'm going to go with brick built roads in here as well, like tiled roads, because that way I can have smaller roads. I don't need it to be packed with thousands of roads and things like that there. I don't think it needs it. So I think that's going to work, and I think I probably need to put a bigger bit of wood in there, to be perfectly honest, to make that work. But I think that will work, which then leads down to here where we've got the Hogwarts Express, and I've run new train line around here rather than under there, where I can put another small station. So I'm thinking just a small sort of suburban station. Lack of stations is always something that's bothered me, so I think having a small station there is a good idea. Now comes an interesting bit. I've got this new shelf here with modulars on it, and what's really interesting there, oh, and my Vespa wind turbine. I love that wind turbine. I don't know why, I've always loved that set. When they did the original one, beautiful. And I think it almost works there. I'm tempted to leave it there. I don't know where else to put it though. I think that's actually quite a good spot. But if you look behind there, there's a train line. There's a high level train line which goes all the way across there, round there, and does a loop under here. So what I've got is a couple of the light sensors that I want to upgrade that train and one other train, maybe two other trains, probably two other trains actually. I've just thought of another one I've got to build. And what I want to do is run that train line along there, possibly deciding on what, depending on what I decide to do there, I might run it all the way down to here so that it can be like a station for Ninjago as well, and the theme park. I think that would be kind of cool, like an underground station where I've got the Ninjago Mountain and then having like an underground station in it. Be pretty cool. Possibly hard, but cool. So maybe, thinking about that. But what I've got the light sensors, the idea being that I can then program the controller to actually run the train to here, run it back, and then as it passes a point, the next train can go. I could even put another siding in there if I want to and flip them around. But that's what I was thinking, was to use the light sensors so I could run that train on automatic. That way I don't have to have a whole loop. I can just have the trains going backwards and forwards and they pass here. They don't need to actually, there's enough space under that raised area there for the loop to happen. So I think that works quite well. What I've done down here as well, the crane's not staying there obviously, that's just there for holding at the moment with my GJB brick built logo. Love that. Inspired by G.I. Joe. Oh yeah, I was going to do platform 9 3/4 possibly there as well, because I've got the Hogwarts Express, as you can see, and that would work quite well. But I've got this area here which gives me the opportunity to run a road across the train tracks. Every layout I have done, I have not been able to have a railroad crossing in, which really bugs me because I love railroad crossings, or rather I love the Lego built railroad crossings. So that's what's going to do there. My petrol station is going to be rebuilt. I've actually got the car wash as well here, which I've started upgrading. That's going to get added to that. I think I might actually build it on that corner, around that corner, so it's like a mock on the corner, and then I can run a road there up to the station, and then this can be the station sort of building, sort of main building here, and then platforms there, and then there can be steps up to that level there. I love how like Mr. Bookyboo and a couple of other Lego builders have done their stations with the platforms up to these raised buildings. And there's just enough room at the front here as well, as you can see from the Vesta wind turbine truck, to run a road along there as well, or a path. I haven't decided if it's going to be a footpath or a road, but I just thought having that series of mocks there, and that just gave me another opportunity to do something different, interesting. I can build another, because you can't see the train tracks there, I'm actually thinking to put another level in there, behind there, that something else can sit on as well. Again, just bringing those layers in, layers, because having a room like this, I can't get around everywhere. So if I build layers in, you can see things, and that's what I want to get to, which brings us to this area here. I'm just going to take a step back so you can see how this works now. It's busy at the moment. You can see I did put a picture up of the roadwork that's going on here at the moment. There you can see my Sanctum Sanctorum, the Grand Emporium, the Daily Bugle, we've got the Ghostbusters HQ, and a road running straight up there. The new Lego roads, and I'm widening them at the moment here. So they're going to be wider, bike lane, oh, so I point the camera at it, wider, it's going to be the bike lane here. I think I'm actually going to do something a little bit different there. I will show you that when I've done it, but I did do it in a previous road setup, so that's going to happen there. My Sanctum Sanctorum, if you haven't watched my video on it, please do. I love it. I'm so proud of how that looks. I am over the moon, love it. But one of the things I showed was the Iron Man mural, and what I want to do is actually have a little alleyway behind here with just a couple of little shops. These are here for holding purposes, but just a little alleyway there to make it more interesting. And then this is going to be, stations going to go here with the platforms in the middle here. It's going to be like the main station for the city here. Just got cargo containers just lying around everywhere at the moment. Don't worry about that. I said it was messy. I've tried to make you realize why I haven't done anything. Another couple of mocks there I've got to do. I've put some photos up of those. I'm going to do a video on those ones soon. Then we've got the upper area here. I apologise if I'm talking quickly. I don't want to do like a 5-hour video here, but I haven't done an update for so long. I'm just so excited to tell you about my ideas that I am going to do in small chunks. Small chunks. Like, for example, tidying up this area here is probably going to be my next video. Getting that in. I'm probably just putting the platforms in. Probably going to be what I do next. Nothing more than that, just to make this start to feel like it's making progress in the right direction. Up here again, same philosophy, road plates. I do like the new road plates, I've got to say. They give a lot of, I like them by the fact you can't do corners very well, but because I'm widening this, I can actually make that into a bit more of a corner now. So that works well. That is not staying there. That's just there for holding purposes. Again, yeah, road. I don't know if that road's going to carry on all the way up to the end there or not, but then I was going to run something across there. And then I've got a space there for something. And what I'm actually thinking is hospital with the entrance there. Right there, underneath. And this green plate here being the driveway up to the emergency exit. So that would be actually using, again, the space above and below to actually build upwards. And I think that will work quite well and be quite cool. That's what I'm thinking. Now, how visible it is a question because of the Ghostbusters HQ, but I don't think it needs to be massively visible, and I can always go around there and do that, so that's fine. The Daily Bugle is huge, but I've left it there because I kind of like it, and it's just like sort of like the, almost like the superhero movie area here now. I just need like the cinema here perhaps rather than the Grand Emporium might work better. Who knows? Maybe I'll change that round when I build that set. So that's what I'm thinking there. Yeah, up here, I'm just going to build this out. I just want to sort of play with this. But again, the idea is I've got this bit here. Originally my idea was to actually build out all the way across here and enclose that track so I could do like GJBricks has done. I love his London Underground station. I'm from London. I love London Underground architecture. I was thinking to do something like that. But then I'm also sort of thinking, but it's also kind of nice open like that, and doing something to actually sort of play with that openness of, I don't know, I kind of got that Chicago / New York raised railway kind of vibe in my head for some reason from something I was watching the other day. So maybe I won't close that off. But if I do close it off, that basically is a whole base plate there to do whatever I want with, whether it'll be buildings or something else, I don't know. Probably do a little bit of a road there. Probably won't. I was considering doing something really stupid and running a road across there down to there, but I don't think that's a good idea. But let me know in the comments if you think it is. And now I've got one last one, which is Iron Man Hall of Armour is there. I actually put that there temporarily, but what I've actually decided I'm going to do is keep it there. And then I'm going to build Tony Stark's garage above it. And then I'm going to build the Avengers Tower above that. So this will then become the Avengers Tower with Tony Stark's workshop and Hall of Armour underneath. I think that will be kind of cool because the garage is underground. It does come up on a road, so I can run a road up here or a driveway up here or something like that. I don't know. I just think that would be fun. I love Iron Man. Said it multiple times. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to stop talking now because it's hot in here. I'm sweating and I've been talking a lot and you're probably bored of listening to me now. I hope you've enjoyed what I've just shown you. Yeah, progress. There is progress. There is things happening. I just haven't shared it with you. I've been very engrossed in doing things like building that. My train, I've got to do a video on this. You might notice that train is not a standard 60197 train in any way, shape or form anymore. It's longer than it should be now. It's probably too long for my city. It just keeps going and 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 going. But it's really cool when you see it go. I love it. So one day I'll have a bigger city and that'll work. So things like that I've got to do videos on. My mocks, that mock. There's some other mocks somewhere as well, I'm sure. I'm losing the plot, I think. Anyway, if you're new here, hit subscribe. I want to know in comments what you think of what I've just rambled for the last 20 minutes. Apologise for the long video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, my new plan, small bite-sized chunks, more often, not just ignoring it and letting it pile up like it has. I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up and put some stuff out of the way, break down some sets that need to be broken down and move along. Move along. Anyway, comment below, like the video, share it, tell the world, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.